Hello, who are you? The question I can ask myself, who am I? Am I the person who holds a title? Am I because of the family that I'm in? Am I because of the circumstances around me? Yes, these are all things that play into who I am as a person. But actually, who you are in the world, is much more defined by your own sense of purpose. So for me, my sense of purpose is very much around being able to create spaces for people to flourish, for people to grow. And I always come back to this. I can't be everything to everyone, but I can be true to my personal purpose in life. And so when we talk about purpose, one of the really powerful ideas or realities around having a purpose is about how it shapes your sense of self. Now, one of the things that makes us feel very fragmented, very much like we don't have a place in the world, like I don't really belong, is because we often don't actually have a sense of who we are. What is our purpose in the world? And so many of the studies in psychology during the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, when a lot of work was being done around this idea of having a purpose, showed that people who have a sense of their purpose in the world, whatever that might be, are people who have a greater sense of their own identity. And with that, they very often feel less frazzled. They feel less pushed and pulled by 100 different demands, and they feel as though they are more centered and rooted in the world. These people tend to also have a greater sense of peace and order and calm about their lives. They also tend to be people who can actually cope better with rejection or with failure, because they know that this is their purpose and they may be doing other things, but those other things are not core to who they are. And if they don't do so fabulously well at them, it's okay, because it's not their central purpose. So I've been talking now about purpose over 2 of these videos, and this is the 3rd one. And I'd really like to invite you to spend some time thinking about what your own purpose in life is, because that will help you to feel more centered as a person. It will help you to have a much clearer sense of your own identity and what it is that you bring to the world. And as we all know, people who have a strong sense of identity are people who have a sense of confidence, a sense of an ability to cope with failure as well as success. And these are people who know their limitations, and knowing your limitations is just as important as developing new strengths that you can exercise in the world in whichever way. So purpose is not just important because it helps us to focus, it helps us to make decisions about importance and priority, but purpose is also important because it gives us a sense of our own identity, our reason for being, and our sense of who we are in the world. Thank you so much for listening.